Hi, my name is Rachel Wood. I'm a Norwex independent consultant, and today I'm going to share with you about the Safe Haven 5 set. First, when I learned about Norwex, I was blown away by how much of my home I could clean using just Norwex microfiber cloths and water, doing away with all the chemical products I was exposing myself and my family to, saving money by not wasting paper towels, and all those things. I was so blown away that I wanted so much Norwex, and the easiest way I could figure to do that was to join and get a discount on everything. So that's what first got me started in Norwex. I joined just for the discount. And then I thought, well, I can't keep all this good knowledge to myself, how I can protect myself from exposure to chemicals in my home. I have to share that with my friends and family. So that's another thing that happened when I joined. And I thought, well, I'll just maybe have one show, one party, just so I can earn my starter kit from free. And it just kind of went from there. And so here I am sharing with you about it. The Safe Haven 5 is an amazing package that Norwex has put together of their top 5 products. When you use these combined together, you can clean about 90% of your home using only water. So I'm going to share about each of these products and what makes them so great and different from other things that you might find or have used in the past, how they can save you money in the long run and help protect you from exposure to chemicals in your home. So let's start first with the EnviroCloth. This is the basic mainstay of Norwex. This is where it all started, with this cloth right here, the EnviroCloth. So you'll see Norwex, Enviro, and then Backlog. We'll talk about that in just a minute. So the EnviroCloth is your main cloth you're going to use to clean pretty much everything in your home. E for EnviroCloth, E for everything. So when you use this cloth, and I'm going to tell you about how it's special in just a minute, you'll fold it in half, fold it in half again, and you've got this nice flat surface that you can use to clean your flat surfaces, your solid surfaces in your home. And then you can flip it over and use the other side. You can fold it over and use the other side. You have multiple surfaces you can use before you have to go wash out your cloth. So let's talk about why Norwex microfiber is different and special compared to other microfiber. So what's a microfiber? A microfiber is a really, really tiny fiber. So take one of your hairs, maybe one of those gray ones, and pluck it. And then imagine dividing that hair into 6 different strands. That's all you need to do to be a microfiber. So the size of a human hair divided into 6 strands, you've got microfiber. But you know, there's different quality microfibers out there. Norwex takes this a step further. They take a strand the size of your human hair and they divide it 200 times. That makes very tiny, tiny fibers. And so when they're woven and looped all together, you get this amazing microfiber cloth. So that's the first difference between Norwex microfiber and other microfiber, the size of the fiber. The second difference is the density of the cloth. Because you have all those tiny, tiny fibers woven and looped all together, then you get a much more dense cloth. It's not something you're going to be able to see through it, and all those loops and everything make it so much easier for this cloth to pick up to 99% of bacteria on surfaces when you're cleaning. So when you fold it up, clean it with it flat, not scrunched up, then all those little fibers are going to hold on to whatever you're cleaning. As you wipe it across your surface, you're picking up dirt, grime, crumbs that you can see, and bacteria that you can't see. And it's all being held right here in this cloth. So the second difference between this and other microfiber is the density. You've got the size of the fiber and the density of the cloth. Third is backlog. We saw that on the label. Backlog. What is that? So Norwex weaves silver into their cloths. And if you don't know anything about silver, it works as an antibacterial agent. So when you've got silver in this cloth, once you use your cloth and it's wet and everything, you're going to use it, you're going to wipe your counters, and then you're going to go to the sink, you're going to run it under hot water, rub it together. That hot water expands the fibers and lets it release whatever you've grabbed. Rubbing it together agitates it, lets all that wash down the drain, and then you're going to wring it out really good and then hang this cloth to dry. So you can either hang it using this loop or be sure you're hanging it to where it's got airflow. And when you do that, the silver fibers that are woven into this cloth go to work doing their antibacterial job. So this cloth basically, as it dries, is going to self-sanitize itself. Who else has a cloth that does that? You're not going to get that moldy, musty smell. That's bacteria growing in your cloth. So your old kitchen dish rag that's sitting on the counter stinking is because there's bacteria growing in it. So as soon as you use a Norwex microfiber cloth and you rinse it out and wring it out, and then you hang it to dry, that silver goes to work. You can smell it. It's not going to smell. You can use it multiple times over and over before you have to wash it. And that's because of that backlock technology that prevents the bacteria from growing in your cloth. How amazing is that? So that is the EnviroCloth. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the window cloth. The EnviroCloth has a best friend, and that's the window cloth. These are like peanut butter and jelly, Bert and Ernie. EnviroCloth, window cloth. The window cloth is your shine cloth or your polishing cloth. So this one you use dry, this one you use wet. You're going to clean all your shiny surfaces, whether it's mirrors, glass, chrome, stainless steel, any of that stuff. You're going to clean it off with your EnviroCloth, and then you go behind it with the window cloth, and it polishes to a nice streak-free shine. I'm going to show you a little bit about that in just a second. So these two go hand in hand together. They all have a little tag on the back, so you can see window cloth. They can tell you what they're used for. And let's just give a little demo. So I've got this piece of glass. It's already a little dirty. You can see some fingerprints on it. I'm going to make it a little bit dirtier. Take some butter and rub on there. Imagine that's fingerprints, nose print, doggy nose art, whatever on there. So you could use a regular window cleaning product to clean this, and it's probably going to smear. You're going to use paper towels. They're going to leave lint behind. You're going to have to spray and wipe and spray and wipe and spray and wipe. But with the EnviroCloth, you're going to give a couple of good wipes. Of course, I've got it flat against the surface. Wipe it like that. You see it got all that butter off in just a couple of swipes. And then I go behind with my window cloth. Give it a nice wipe. And then it's nice and clean and shiny. There's no lint. You can see my Christmas decorations there on my Charlie Brown tree. There's no lint, there's no streaks, anything like that left behind. So how easy was that? You're saving on paper towel waste. You're saving on using chemical cleaners that then when you spray them, they get in the air. You know, the average home has about 60 to 80 chemical products in it. And so one thing when I learned about Norwex was, what can I do to reduce my exposure to chemicals in my home? I can go outside of my home, I can go to work, I can go to the grocery store, I can be out in a crowd, and I can't control what I'm exposed to. But when I'm at home, I can. I can control how many chemicals I use, and I can control what I'm exposing my family to. So I found this is a great option to cut down on the chemicals I'm exposing people to in my home. So that's why this is another great option. Another thing I forgot to mention is when you're cleaning, there are 3 different ways to clean. So there is using heat. You can use heat to clean. You can use steam. You've used steam mops before, or maybe I work in a hospital. In a hospital, they have an autoclave device, and it's a high pressure steam system that cleans medical instruments. If you use heat or steam, it's definitely an effective way to clean, but it takes time. It usually takes some cumbersome equipment, and nobody really does that in their home on an everyday basis. The second way to clean things is using chemicals. We're all pretty familiar with that, using chemicals in our home to clean. We've got different products like these wipes maybe that we use to clean up surfaces, to clean chemicals in our home. And one thing that's important, I mean, I'm sure everybody's reading these instructions and following them so that it's most effective when you're using these to clean in your home. So let's see what we got. Wipe the hard, non-porous surface with a sheet until the surface is visibly wet. Allow the surface to remain wet for 4 minutes. I'm sure we're all doing this. And then if you think there are other certain things on your surfaces, you may have to leave that surface wet longer, up to 8 minutes. And By leaving it wet, that means you might have to go back with another cloth and wipe the surface so that it stays wet for the entire time. That lets the chemical do its job to kill what's on your surface. Then after that, by the way, do not use this to disinfect dishes or glassware. And after that, you want to go back and wash the surface again with water so that you're wiping off the chemical residue that's left behind. Imagine using this in your kitchen to clean up kitchen counters. Yes, you're cleaning whatever you left behind, germs and bacteria, but you're also leaving chemicals on your surface. So what about transitioning this for this so that you can clean that same surface? Use properly, cleaning up to 99% of bacteria on the surface using only water. So it's kind of a win-win and a no-brainer. Imagine with the 2-year warranty that comes with these claws. These claws are warranty for 2 years for that backlock technology to do its job for up to 2 years. And then in that amount of time, how many of these are you purchasing? How many paper towel rolls are you buying and throwing away? How many window cleaners? How many dusting sprays? How many other kind of cleaners are you buying that you would now no longer have to because you can substitute with these and water? So we're talking about the Safe Haven 5. I've talked about number 1 product. Number 2 is the window cloth. What's number 3? So let's talk about cleaning paste. Sometimes this EnviroCloth can't quite get what you need cleaned. It's great and all, but sometimes you need a little more oomph. So that's where the cleaning paste comes in. This is elbow grease in a jar. So it's not really a paste. If you open up and look inside, it's a solid. It's made of marble dust and a couple of coconut oil, a couple other ingredients. But once you take your wet EnviroCloth, damp EnviroCloth, and you wipe it across the surface, there's your paste. So that can be used to clean multiple things. You can use it to clean ceramic or your stovetop, glass stovetop, your grates on your gas oven, rubber soles of your tennis shoes, scuffs on walls, many different things. Just like with any other certain cleaners, you do want to test it in an inconspicuous spot before using it to clean your whole surface. But I have used this for many things, as well as cleaning my tea kettle, all kinds of things. So let's just say you've got something in your home that needs a little extra love when you're cleaning. This is a permanent marker. I've got my EnviroCloth here, and I've already told you how great this is at cleaning. You saw it clean the butter off of my glass, but it's not quite getting off the permanent marker. What am I going to do? Sometimes I need a little extra elbow grease. So I'm going to use my cleaning paste. Need a little extra rubbing for it. But look at that. Bye-bye heart. Bye-bye Sharpie. Look at that. So that's what I'm talking about. This thing has multiple uses, and you will really find that it's a great addition to these core products that can help you clean so much in your home. So we've talked about the EnviroCloth, we've talked about the window cloth, we've talked about the cleaning paste. What's next? Let's talk about the dusting mitt. Dusting mitt's one of my favorites. It makes dusting so easy. You know how many chemicals there are in actual dust in our environment because of the chemicals that are on surfaces in our homes, the things, and this is what we're breathing in. So there's more than one way to get these chemicals into your body. You can ingest them by having something on a surface that has chemicals on it, and then you're eating it. You can inhale chemicals, and that's where kind of dust comes into play, or you can absorb it through your skin. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. So the dust mitt is also microfiber. These are kind of a little bit different. This one's a really soft plush one, and this works with static electricity. You don't need any kind of dusting spray. You don't need paper towels. And what happens when you're using dusting spray and paper towels anyways? The spray creates a residue on your surface, which actually attracts dust. It's like its own job security. You're using dust spray, it's attracting dust. Using paper towels, the dust flying up in the air. It's just like a lose-lose situation. That's why this is my favorite. My job in my house is dusting because my husband doesn't like to, so I get to do the dusting, and I'm not sad about it, not with Norwex. So you're going to rub against the dust mitt to charge that static electricity. And then you're just going to rub this across any of your surfaces that have dust. You can use it to pick up little trinkets as you go, just to wipe them off. And then you're wiping your bookcases and your dresser drawers and everything like that. A big hint that I like to give people is if you think you can dust fast with this, try 2 of them. Put one on both hands, and then your dusting job will be over in no time. Kids can help you with it. There's no sprays that they're gonna get exposed to, no chemicals. It's super safe, super easy. You can also use this wet. You would be surprised how amazing this dust mitt is at cleaning other surfaces. I've had people use it to wash their car and cleaning screens. Imagine that back porch screen that looks a little dirty, but you really have no idea how dirty it is until you clean it. There's stuff flowing in the air outside. Maybe you live in a humid climate. Maybe there's pollen. Get this thing wet, wring it out, and go wipe off your screen. It will turn black, but that's quite all right because you can just wash this really easy. I'm going to talk about that next. But your screens are going to look amazing. You're going to be like, I had no idea how dirty they were. So that's the dust mitt. The other thing with the dust mitt is then you can just either brush it right off. We've got a nice rubber brush that you can use to brush this right off into the garbage, or you can just, like you do when you're cleaning a rug, smack it and get the dust all out. You can use it over and over before having to wash it, just like any of our microfiber cloths, because it also has that backlock technology. So we've talked about EnviroCloth, window cloth, cleaning paste, dust mitt, and what is the number 5 product in our Safe Haven 5? Well, that's laundry detergent. What do I do to take care of my cloths? What's the easiest way to take care of them? Well, you want to do a couple of things. You wash them in the washer, just like anything. You can wash it in hot water. That's really best, so that all those fibers open up and release what they have absorbed. And then there are certain no-nos. No bleach, no fabric softener, no dryer sheets. All of those products have surfactants and things in them that can actually hold on to the fibers of your cloth and put a coating on it. You know when you use a dryer sheet and it's got that feeling, and you put it in the dryer, and then when you take it out, it feels fluffy and dry? Well, all of that feeling is now on your clothes. And then it would be on your cloth, coating that cloth so that it couldn't do its job at picking up all those little bacteria. It couldn't do its job with the microsilver technology, preventing the bacterial growth. So no bleach, no fabric softener, no dryer sheets. So what's our solution? We have 3 different options. We've got powder laundry detergent, liquid laundry detergent, and our newest are EcoWash laundry detergent strips. So all of these are great options for washing your laundry. If you've got an HE machine, this little bag, may not look like much, can do up to 100 loads of laundry. This in an HE machine can do up to 200, a little over 200 loads of laundry. It's ultra concentrated. It doesn't have all those yuckies like phosphates, sulfates, no bleach, no fillers, no brighteners, no dyes, no fragrances. A little goes a long way. Between a teaspoon and a tablespoon in an HE machine to do your laundry, which is amazing. This can also be used as a multi-purpose cleaner. If you dilute it in a spray bottle with water, works great at cleaning up stains in carpet and different kinds of things like that. And it's going to do great for cleaning your microfiber cloths. The liquid comes with its own pump dispenser, 1 to 3 pumps depending on the size of your load of laundry. Super easy. The men I know in my family really like the liquid laundry detergent. It's easier to use, and it also has enzymes in this bottle that help really go to town against human liquids that maybe come out of your body, whether it's sweat, whether it's saliva, whether it's feces or urine. Think about babies and spit up and cleaning baby diapers and things like that. This is really great for things like that. The EcoWash is our newest addition to our laundry line, laundry detergent strips. This comes in strips like this. This is actually 2 strips. It's perforated. So 1 strip does a large load of laundry. A half a strip does a small load. You can use a 1/4 of a strip to do a couple of items in his sink if you're traveling. This is great for travel. If you're camping, you can use it in hot or cold water. There's no plastic waste. It's very portable. And this has enough to do at least 36 loads if you're doing a large load of laundry. So the Safe Haven 5 comes with each option. You'll get an EnviroCloth, a window cloth, a dusting mitt, the cleaning paste, and your choice of which laundry detergent you want to use. So if you're just getting introduced to Norwex, this is a perfect place to start. Like I said, you can clean up to 90% of your home using just these 5 products and only water. So if you have any questions, I hope that you'll reach out to me. I'm very happy to share this with you, and I will be back to share some other things later. Thank you.